Hi girls, how are you? I miss you so much. Today we're gonna continue our story from The Uprising, the historical novel by Margaret Peterson Haddix. Okay, this chapter page 291. The title is Jane. Okay, let's start reading. Baba's taking us shopping. Baba's taking us shopping. Harriet chanted, bouncing up and down joyously in the elevator on the way to Mr. Blank's office at the Triangle Factory. Here, Harriet was happy to visit the factory. Hush, everybody knows that, Millicent said scornfully. So her sister said to her, hush, everybody knows that. Scornfully means to feel contempt or mocking. She said this, mocking at her. She is just excited, Jane said mildly. Mildly means gently. She patted Harriet's shoulder, trying to calm her down, and gave Millicent and the elevator operator a sympathetic smile. Harriet's chanting was a bit maddening, but as always, it was hard to know the best way to handle the girls. Miss Milhouse would have scolded Harriet soundly. Scolded means rebuked her. She would have taken it as her personal mission to stifle the little girl's exuberant personality. Okay, the exuberant personality means exuberant means energetic personality. She was very energy. She has energy and she was energetic. So her mission, Miss Milhouse, is to stifle. Stifle means hold back her energetic personality. And she would have praised Millicent to the skies for her tidiness, her aversion to noise. Aversion means dislike to noise and mess. Her ability to sit or stand still practically forever without squirming or exclaiming. Okay, so here again, Harriet was happy to visit the Triangle Factory, and she was acting as a mad person, okay, and she came with the other girls to the factory, and also Jane here is the governess of the girls, and she and Miss Milhouse, their task was to hold back the energetic personality of Harriet, and also she praised all the time Millicent because Millicent is tidy and calm and dislikes noise and mess. Okay, continue reading. Line 259. Personally, Jane thought Millicent was in danger of becoming a briggish bore. What is the meaning of a briggish bore? So here, Jane thought that Millicent will become a poor person. Okay, so briggish means superior dull person. Okay, and she worried that someday somebody would stifle Harriet's exuberance. Stifle again is used here to means the same meaning. Hold it back. Hold the excitement of Harriet back. Make it be like a stream, Bella had advised her when Jane had asked for the help. You don't want to chop her off. Pam! This is the sound of a slam to the side of her right hand against her left bum. Okay? But make it go a good way. You mean I should try to channel her enthusiasm into positive outlets? Jane asked. What the meaning of channel her enthusiasm? It means to direct her toward excitement. Should I do this? After Jane explained what to channel enthusiasm, positive, and outlets mean, Bella grinned. Grin means smiled broadly and nodded. Yes, exactly. You say what is in my heart for that girl. Now, as the elevator zoomed upward, Harriet began tugging. Tugging means pulling on the elevator's operator's jacket. Mister, you didn't know we were going shopping, did you? Papa's taking us as a treat because our mama went to Florida for the, what is it called, social season, and she took the car with her on the train. So we had to take a taxi cab and get here, and the taxi cab still waiting outside for us to come back, except Mademoiselle Michaud. Michod, okay, not going shopping with us, just Papa. And she's still telling some stories about the family. Harriet, Jane said warningly. She's okay, the elevator operator said. You are the Plank girls, right? The boss's daughters. So who are Bella, Harriet, and Millicent? Who are they? They are the boss's daughters. See this, turn to page 292. Our Papa and Uncle Isaac own the whole factory. So their father and their uncle are the owners of the factory, and they employ 700 people. Okay, girls, and you should know that Bella, Harriet, and Millicent are the boss's daughters. Okay, now here in this page you have see here in the second line, Millicent bragged. Bragged means act in a proud way. They employ more than 700 people. Millicent, Jane shot the girl a reproving look, means gave her an express of disapproval. Okay, reproving means express disapproval, or like she says, no, don't say this. Remember what I have told you about bragging. She wanted to scold, but she would always hated Miss Milhouse correcting her in front of other people. So she would vowed not to do that to Millicent or Harriet. It was just really tempting at times like this. First thing Monday morning, I need to have a little talk with both girls. The elevator was gathering speed. Harriet clutches Jane's hand. What if the elevator goes all the way through the roof? She asked. Silly, what would never happen? That would never happen. Okay, Millicent scoffed. What's the meaning of scoffed? Speak in a mocking way. Why not? Because it wouldn't be proper, Millicent said. She lowered her voice as if that would keep the elevator operator from hearing. If we went through the roof, the people below us could see up our skirts. The elevator operator's face turned red. He was trying so hard not to laugh. Jane sighed like this. There are scientific reasons the elevator would never go through the roof, she said, because of how the elevator is made. Okay, how it works. How does it work? Harriet asked. Oops, Jane had been afraid she would ask that. Somehow elevator mechanics hadn't been in the curriculum at Jane's finishing school. So now Jane can't answer Harriet's question. Next week we can go to the bookstore and find a book that explains it all. Jane said, or maybe you can find one with you, Papa. Okay, so they are arguing if the elevator can go through the roof or not. But now the operator explains how the elevator works. See, the elevator runs on a cable, the operator said. The cable goes up to gears. Gears means wheels, and those are on the roof. Maybe sometime you can ask your Papa to show you the gear box. But if you want to go to the roof, you have to use the Greeny Street stairs. That's the only way to get there. Thank you, Jane said, smiling gratefully at the operator. He was a primply boy. What is the meaning of primply? It means he has a lot of spots on his skin or in his face also. He would have been completely invisible to her, but now she wondered about his life. Which country had he come from? Did he bring his family with him, or was he all alone? Was he supporting a widowed mother and a younger brother and sister or two on his salary as an elevator operator? Did Mr. Plank and Mr. Harris pay him more or less than they paid their sewing machine operators? So all of these questions were asked by Jane. Okay, 10th floor, the operator announced, bringing the elevator to a halt. Halt means stopping and sweeping open the barred door. The barred door means a blocked door. Where your papa, the boss, works. He had the slightest hint of mockery in his voice, so he has fun in his question, just enough for Jane to hear. He even gave her a conspiratorial, as it means, a conspiratorial wink. It means as if he planned or plotted something in his question. Wink means when you wink, you open and close one of your eyes quickly, which was much too forward, but somehow Jane didn't mind. She winked back and stepped out onto the polished wood floor of a spacious reception area. Spacious means very, very big space. Miss Harry, Harriet cried, running over to one of the desks. Oh, sweetie, Miss Mary's busy right now. Okay, said the short, frazzled looking woman behind the desk. The switchboard operator didn't come in today, so Miss Mary has to do all her typing and connect every call that comes in. The 8th floor can't even call the 9th floor without my help, so she was very busy. Harriet inspected the telephone switchboard behind the woman's desk, the wires hanging slack. What's the meaning of slack? It was all the wires were very loose, not firmly fixed. So if you plug in this wire here, then oh, sweetie, don't touch, Miss Mary said, gently pushing Harriet's hand away. I really don't have time. I'll explain it to you some other day. She looked up at Jane. You are the governess, right? You can just take them into Mr. Plank's office and then go tell him they are here. Where is Mr. Plank? Jane asked. Oh, he was just down on the 9th floor. No, wait back in the storeroom. I'm sorry. I would look for him myself, but... The Harriet secretary gestured at the papers strewn across her desk. Strewn means spread, okay, behind her desk. The bill poking out from her typewriter. A contraption beside the typewriter buzzed, so there is a strange machine, buzzed, make a sound, and Miss Mary looked over at it expectantly. What is that? Harriet whispered. So Harriet always, all the time, she is asking many questions and she is interrupting the work of that secretary. Oh, it's the new telegraph, Miss Mary said. The latest in business machinery is how it is advertised. Looks like there is a message coming from the 8th floor. They write something on a pad of paper downstairs, and this pen is supposed to write the same thing on this pad right here. Like magic, Harriet breathed. Okay. The last paper. The pen didn't move. It would be magic if it ever worked right. Miss Mary snorted. Okay? Miss Mary snorted. Probably isn't anything anyhow, just the girls downstairs playing with it on their way out the door. Miss Mary turned back to her typing and Jane shooed the girls toward Miss Plank's office. Should, it means wave her hands at them and telling them, come girls, toward your father's office. I want to go see the showroom, Harriet said, skipping down the hall. Mademoiselle Mitchwood, you will love it. You can see all the latest fashions before Paris. That's because even Paris doesn't know as much about fashion as our papa, Millicent said, agreeing with her younger sister for once. Some other time, Jane said, Miss Mary said to wait in his office. Remember, they turned in at a doorway, but the sign on the door said Isaac Harris, not Max Planck. So this is the office of their uncle. Uncle Isaac, Harriet called. A man behind the desk waved, but there was another man with him. A dapper-looking gentleman. Dapper means neat, very neat gentleman, holding up samples of delicate embroidery. Embroidery, again, go down, decorative needlework and cloth. Okay, Jane flashed an apologetic look at Mr. Harris and pulled the girls away because they are interrupting their uncle. Look, you can see into the pressing department from here, Harris said, pointing past a break in the wall into a vast open space where rows of weary-looking workers stood over ironing boards. Okay, so here is the place where all the employees iron the cloth. Okay, each one of the irons was connected to the ceiling by an odd array of tubes. Array means very organized tubes. Is Baba afraid those workers are going to steal his irons? Harriet asked. Is that why the irons are tied up? Jane didn't have the slightest idea, so she was glad that Millicent answered first. No, silly. The gas comes down those tubes and heats the irons, Millicent said. Baba says we must never ever in there because one of those irons could blister our skin in an instant. Burn, it means burn. Blister, burn. And does he care at all about the workers operating the irons? Jane wondered bitterly. Some of them look no older than Millicent. So maybe the workers are very young. Quick now, she told the girls, into the office. Wait right here. Okay, girls, we will stop here at this page. Please, your homework or please continue reading page 295 and 96, 97, 297 till 298. Okay, so read the whole chapter of Jane. Okay, girls, see you inshallah tomorrow. I hope you are interested in this story. Thank you for your listening. Best regards.